Every morning in China, millions of people reach for their phones before they even get out of bed. The first thing they see isn't just their own reflection, it's a version of themselves, subtly or dramatically altered by technology. Instantly, a digital mask appears. Bigger eyes, flawless skin, a sharper jawline. These filters are so advanced, they can reshape your features in real time, smoothing away imperfections with a single tap. You didn't choose it, it's just there. Many apps now activate beauty filters by default, so the line between your real face and your digital one is blurred before you even notice. This is the face you show to friends, colleagues, even family, every day, in every interaction. Whether it's a video call, a live stream, or a simple selfie, the filtered self is always present. The filtered self isn't just for fun anymore. It's become the default. For many young people, using a filter is as natural as brushing their teeth. The line between your real face and your digital one blurs a little more each day. Over time, it becomes harder to remember what you actually look like without digital enhancements. The person on the screen is perfect, fitting a narrow beauty ideal. These filters are designed to match popular standards: big eyes, pale skin, a slim face, reflecting both local and global trends. Over time, the unfiltered you starts to feel like a disappointment. Scrolling through endless streams of perfect faces, it's easy to forget that most of them are filtered too. Filters are now so integrated that turning them off feels awkward, like showing up underdressed. Some people even feel exposed or embarrassed without them. The more you use filters, the less you appreciate your natural features. The gap between your digital self and your real self grows wider, feeding insecurity. The digital mask becomes the standard, and the real you feels less and less real. For some, it's hard to recognize themselves without the enhancements. Social approval flows to the filtered face, not the one in the mirror. Likes, hearts, and compliments reinforce the idea that the digital version is better. This quiet battle between screen and self shapes the self-esteem of a generation. The pressure to conform to digital beauty standards is constant and often invisible. The struggle is silent, but it's everywhere, every day. In classrooms, offices, and on the streets, the filtered world is always just a glance away, shaping how millions see themselves and each other. In China, beauty filters are more than just a trend. They're the backbone of digital communication, seamlessly woven into everyday routines. Nearly every major app, from WeChat to DingTalk, comes with built-in filters. In fact, a 2022 survey found that over 70% of Chinese internet users regularly use beauty filters, not just for social media, but for work meetings, online classes, and even family video calls. Using them is so normal, most people don't even think about it. It's as routine as checking the weather or sending a text. Video calls, online classes, even job interviews, everyone appears polished by default. One university student recalls, "I've never seen my classmates' real faces on screen. We all use filters, even for group projects." Turning off the filter feels like breaking an unspoken rule. Some say it's like showing up to a formal event in pajamas, jarring and out of place. Kids learn early that the camera improves them. By middle school, many teens have favorite filter settings memorized. A 15-year-old girl shares, "I don't post any photos without a filter. It's just what everyone does." The pressure to conform is subtle but relentless. Friends compare selfies, sometimes deleting unfiltered photos before anyone else can see them. The filtered face is now the standard, and the real one is something to be fixed. Cosmetic clinics report a rise in young clients bringing filtered selfies as references for procedures. Filters have woven themselves into the fabric of daily life, shaping not just how people connect, but how they see themselves and each other in modern China. Makeup has always been about enhancing your real features, highlighting your eyes, smoothing your skin, or adding a touch of color to your lips. It's a creative process, a way to express yourself, and, for many, a daily ritual that can boost confidence. But beauty filters go far beyond what makeup can do. Instead of enhancing, they reconstruct your features entirely, sometimes in ways that are impossible in real life. These algorithms use advanced facial mapping technology. They scan your face, identify key points, and then digitally reshape it, making your eyes bigger, your jaw slimmer, and your skin flawless. According to Dr. Lee, a computer vision expert, the software can alter over 50 facial features in milliseconds, creating a digital mask that can look nothing like the real you. Unlike makeup, this new face can't be washed off at the end of the day. It only exists on the screen, creating a split between your digital self and your real reflection. Psychologist Dr. Wang explains, "This disconnect can be deeply unsettling, especially for teenagers still forming their identities. The more you see your filtered self, the more disconnected you feel from your real reflection." One teenager, May, shared, "I started to hate my real face. The filter felt like the real me." This can lead to what experts call filter dysmorphia, a deep discomfort with your natural face, and a growing anxiety about being seen without digital enhancements. Over time, the filtered image becomes more familiar, and the real one feels like a letdown. Families notice the change too. Parents worry as their children become obsessed with looking perfect online. For young people, this can stunt the development of a healthy self-image. Experts warn that constant exposure to filtered faces can make it harder to accept natural imperfections. They learn to value a face that isn't truly theirs, chasing an ideal that's only a swipe away. Self-worth becomes fragile, tied to technology and online approval. As one influencer admitted, "I don't know who I am without the filter." Constant exposure to filtered perfection takes a toll on mental health, especially for young users. According to a 2023 study by the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, over 60% of teenagers reported feeling dissatisfied with their real appearance after using beauty filters. The gap between digital and real selves breeds anxiety and insecurity. One university student shared, "I spend hours editing my photos, but I still feel like I'm not good enough in real life." Likes and comments become the measure of self-worth, fueling a cycle of comparison and disappointment. Experts warn that this constant need for approval can trigger symptoms of depression and anxiety. Poor online performance feels like personal rejection. Parents report seeing their children withdraw and lose confidence after negative experiences online. This can lead to depression, loneliness, and even body dysmorphia. Calls to mental health hotlines about appearance-related distress have doubled in the past 2 years. Some seek cosmetic surgery to match their filtered selves, a phenomenon called Snapchat dysmorphia. Surgeons say more young people are bringing filtered selfies as references for procedures. Maintaining a perfect online persona is exhausting, leaving little room for authenticity. As one high schooler put it, "It feels like I'm living two lives, and neither one is really me." The digital world promises connection, but often delivers isolation. Group therapy sessions are seeing more teens struggling to form real-life friendships. Behind every flawless selfie is a struggle to feel seen and accepted for who you really are. The pressure to be perfect online is shaping a generation's sense of self and their mental health. Filters don't just change faces, they shape the very definition of beauty for millions across China. Social media and technology amplify a single narrow ideal, making it seem like the only standard worth aspiring to. In today's China, filters promote a uniform look: fair skin, big eyes, a small nose, and a V-shaped jaw. But this wasn't always the case. Historically, Chinese beauty ideals shifted with dynasties and regions, sometimes valuing round faces, sometimes cherishing tanned skin or unique features. Today, unique traits are erased, replaced by an algorithm-driven sameness. The pressure to conform is intense, especially for young people. Many feel trapped, caught between family expectations, peer comparisons, and the relentless perfection of digital filters. This unattainable standard drives a booming cosmetic surgery industry as people try to match their digital selves in real life. The feedback loop is relentless. Filters set the trend, surgery follows, and diversity fades. Yet some voices push back, calling for acceptance of natural features and a return to cultural diversity. The result of this single standard is a loss of cultural richness and a beauty ideal that's unattainable for most, leaving many to question what true beauty really means. For many, the pressure is overwhelming, but the conversation about beauty and who gets to define it is only just beginning. Quitting filters isn't just a personal choice, it's a social risk, and the reasons run deeper than you might think. In a world where everyone is filtered, showing your real face feels like defiance. Psychologists say this pressure taps into our primal need for acceptance and belonging. Friends may comment if you look tired or different without enhancements. One user shared, "The first time I posted a photo without a filter, people asked if I was sick." Algorithms reward filtered faces with more likes and visibility, making it hard to break free. Social media trends show that posts with beauty filters get up to 30% more engagement. Filters are the default. Turning them off takes effort most won't make. The apps are designed to nudge you toward perfection, every single time. Over time, the filtered face feels normal, and the real one feels wrong. Experts call this selfie dysmorphia, a distorted self-image shaped by digital perfection. The cycle is self-reinforcing. Social approval and technology keep you hooked. One influencer admitted, "I know it's fake, but I can't stop. The likes feel too good." Even knowing the harm, quitting can feel like social suicide. Social media trends show that unfiltered content often gets ignored or even criticized. The fear of judgment and invisibility keeps many trapped. "It's like you disappear if you don't play along," says one user. Authenticity comes at a cost, one many aren't willing to pay. The numbers don't lie. Fewer likes, fewer comments, less validation. The digital treadmill keeps running, even as it wears you down. Psychologists warn of rising anxiety and self-esteem issues linked to filter use. Escaping it means risking your place in the online world. For many, the fear of losing connection outweighs the desire for authenticity. In today's China, the gap between our online personas and offline selves is wider than ever before. Social media platforms like Douyin and WeChat have become digital stages where millions carefully curate their identities. The filtered you is confident, admired, and seemingly flawless. According to Dr. Li Wen, a psychologist at Beijing University, filters allow people to present an idealized version of themselves, but this can create a disconnect from reality. The real you, by contrast, often feels exposed and anxious. Case in point, 19-year-old Liu Mei, who says she avoids meeting online friends in person, fearing she won't live up to her digital image. Meeting people in real life can be stressful. Will you live up to your digital image? Sociologist Zhang Rui notes, "There's a growing anxiety among young people about being exposed as ordinary. The performance never ends. Online, you maintain perfection, constantly editing, filtering, and retouching. Offline, you try to match that standard, or hide when you can't. This relentless comparison is fueled by a culture that prizes appearance and success. This duality is exhausting and isolating. Experts warn that the constant toggling between identities can lead to burnout and loneliness. The more you invest in your online self, the more distant your real self can feel. A 2023 survey found that 68% of Chinese teens feel disconnected from their offline lives. The more alien your real self becomes, the harder it is to reconcile the two. Integration, a healthy sense of self, becomes nearly impossible when you're always rejecting your flaws. The beauty industry, both online and offline, profits from this insecurity. The result is a fragmented identity, caught between fantasy and reality. As Dr. Li puts it, we're seeing more young people struggle with self-acceptance than ever before. The pressure to be perfect online makes it harder to accept yourself offline. Cultural expectations and relentless digital comparison only intensify the struggle. Many are left feeling incomplete, unsure of where they truly belong. Never truly at home in either world, they navigate a reality shaped by both digital fantasy and offline uncertainty. Filters don't just change individuals, they reshape society itself, subtly but powerfully shifting what we value and how we interact. The filtered look becomes the new standard, influencing first impressions, job prospects, and even the way we define professionalism. In China, South Korea, and beyond, employers increasingly expect polished, filtered images, sometimes even requesting them in applications. Appearance-based discrimination grows as those who don't conform to the filtered ideal are judged, excluded, or overlooked. Sociologists warn that this deepens social divides and reinforces narrow beauty standards. Social interactions become more superficial, with authenticity seen as a risk. Around the world, filtered images dominate group chats and social feeds, making it harder to share unedited moments without fear of judgment. Friendships and relationships built on filtered images can feel deceptive when reality emerges. This phenomenon isn't unique to China. Stories of filter shock are now common from New York to Seoul. Vulnerability is penalized, while performance and perfection are rewarded. Globally, cosmetic clinics report a rise in clients seeking procedures to match their filtered selves, a trend sociologists call filter dysmorphia. The promise of connection is replaced by new barriers, leaving many more isolated than before. Experts predict that unless we address these trends, future generations may struggle even more with self-image, authenticity, and real-world relationships across cultures and continents. At the crossroads of technology and identity, we must ask, what does it mean to be real? In a world where digital perfection is just a swipe away, reclaiming reality is both a challenge and an opportunity. Filters started as fun but now shape mental health and social norms. To reclaim reality, we can start by setting boundaries, limiting filter use, unfollowing accounts that promote unrealistic standards, and curating feeds that celebrate authenticity. The challenge is to reclaim our image from the algorithms. Try posting unfiltered photos and share your real moments, even the imperfect ones. Each honest post inspires others to do the same. Awareness and media literacy are the first steps, recognizing filters as illusions, not standards. Schools and communities across China are now teaching young people to spot digital manipulation, empowering them to question what they see online. Celebrate diversity, post unfiltered photos, and create spaces where authenticity is valued. Some influencers are leading the way, sharing their journeys of self-acceptance and encouraging followers to embrace their natural selves. True connection comes from showing our real selves, flaws, and all. One inspiring story comes from a student in Shanghai who started a campus campaign for unfiltered selfies, sparking honest conversations and new friendships. The future of beauty depends on whether we choose digital conformity or self-acceptance. By supporting each other and speaking up about the pressures we face, we can shift the culture toward kindness and understanding. The fight for reality is quiet, but it matters more than ever. Together, we can build a digital world where everyone feels seen, valued, and free to be themselves, one real moment at a time.